Other interesting political news, you have DeSantis. They have their little tweet talking about the feds in Maui. This is from the DeSantis war room. And in terms of, obviously, unfortunately, there's been a couple tragedies in Florida. So DeSantis himself isn't doing anything on Twitter for his personal profile, but the DeSantis war room is continuing their strike, or not their strike, their endeavor to get Ron elected. So they are posting content consistently. This is the first one in a couple, I would say 7 days. It's actually got over 100,000 views. So this got 118,000 views in the first 24 hours, and it also got 2,618 likes, giving you a ratio of 2.22%. So pretty good ratio. And the comments are, not, I would guess 40% good, 60% negative towards DeSantis. So I'll play the clip.
Do you trust the federal government to help seeing what happened in Hawaii just a few weeks ago in East Palestine a few months ago?
So the question is what about the federal government in light of what happened in Maui? Look, I think the Maui is a total catastrophe, what happened there. And I don't think we have all the answers to that. I think we should have all the answers to that. It's interesting how incurious our corporate media is about what happened in Maui. I mean, I don't see them interviewing parents who can't find their kids, but we know there's a lot of people missing. So that was a total disaster, really, really heartbreaking to hear some of the stories, even though they're not being publicized. I think this...
Now, politically speaking, if you look at the visuals in this video, again, I appreciate the feedback and critique. If you ever have any suggestions on software, we can actually put the video and picture for current production. I've tried a couple softwares. I haven't found one consistently that actually have high-resolution picture-in-picture. But let me know if you have suggestions and comments. But he actually has soldiers actually passing back supplies with volunteers in the background. So I'd say that's B+ for marketing, just because you want to show that you're actually part of the solution. And again, part of politics is just posturing and being in the right places at the right time. Just ask Ted Cruz when there's a big ice storm in Texas and he was over in some city in Mexico. Again, there's only so much you can do with he's a senator, but just optics doesn't look good. So part of politics is optics, of course.
Situation's much different.
And Ron it looks like he put his campaign on pause to be in Florida and actually tend to the state. So politically speaking, that's a prudent move.
I think that the state of Florida, we prepare for this stuff. We were prepared. We responded. And really what the federal government's role is just turning on programs that Congress has enacted over many, many years. And so it's basically serving as a checkbook to get people reimbursed for debris cleanup, to give people individual assistance. And so in that sense, I think that has been turned on. I anticipate that will go smoothly, but most of the nuts and bolts is done by our local communities and by the state of Florida, and that's really how it should be. Disaster response is really bottom up. It's bottom up. The people in the communities know when you're in Cedar Key and they're talking about evacuating in light of the storm, that's not the federal government doing it. It's not even the state government telling them. That's the local government saying, if you're in this zone, you're going to be susceptible to storm surge. It's time to evacuate. Now, people can make their decisions based on that or not, but I think that people who were in really significant harm's way of storm surge, by and large, heeded those warnings, and that's why we still have not had one single coastal fatality reported. There was one traffic fatality in Alachua County involving the storm that has been confirmed, but none on these other areas. And this was some major, major storm surge. And so you had that, you had the state managing and assisting, and that's really the bread and butter. The checkbook from the feds is great, and we're going to, whatever resources are available as the governor, I'm going to pull those levers to be able to help Floridians. But we're certainly not relying on the federal government to do the day-to-day heavy lifting. We're going to do that as Floridians, as people in the counties and municipalities, and of course at the state level.
So, pretty good speech. He actually, I think he focused on the right things, and he's doing what he can with the resources he's had. So thankfully, there has been I guess there's a traffic fatality, but thank God there wasn't a major loss of life for this particular natural disaster. And going to the comments, it looks a little mixed. So you have the first comment on here saying, this is from Mighty Mouse Cutie 24425, saying, quote, anything to divert attention from the issue of homeowners insurance in Florida, unquote. That got 31 likes and 1,178 views. Now, another one responded to that actually saying, it's from LK111. Interesting name. She said, quote, "Oh my God, tort reform was passed, and there was stuff in the paper weeks ago about companies coming back to Florida because of DeSantis reforms. My God, if you're going to criticize something, at least be informed." Unquote. That person got 34 likes out of 362 views, so damn good ratio. Now, if you scroll down from here, so this from Niani Darthel, quote, "Ripping on corporate media is an important part of his skill set," unquote. That's 34 likes and 1,338 views. Well, it's kind of cliche to critique corporate media, but it's also part of his job and is part of reality. It is interesting to see what they choose to focus on, and more often than not, it seems to be politically prudent for certain sides of the political aisle. Now, if I keep scrolling through this, it seems like I got here. This is from it's someone called Rock/Hardplace saying, quote, "Sir, you are a fantastic governor. You have clearly shown you can lead. Issue is, campaigning is not your forte. That's okay. Just say it. We're all human. We understand." That person got 9 likes and 767 views. I'll cover the positive one. You have Mr. Bucksterling saying, quote, "This is leadership," unquote, with the "is" in all caps. Now, that got 49 likes and 1,225 views. Another one saying, Taz Maga Donanian. This one saying, quote, a day late and $1 short. It got 4 likes, 529 views. So it looks pretty mixed. And again, I don't think, just anecdotally following the campaign, I don't think his strength is not social media. You have another one saying Lisa Treese saying, "Thank you, Ron DeSantis. Something is very wrong in Maui." That got 12 likes out of 313 views. But I think a lot of his support, I don't know if it's from people who don't have the internet, or people who are not adamantly on social media. You look at these polls, and DeSantis is still doing ahead of Vivek in many of these polls, but Vivek is more viral. He's more positive received on social media. When looking at the breakdown of the comments, more often than not, I think Vivek's more 60-70% support in terms of the comments being positive. And Ron, I want to say it's 50-50 on a good day. And that's just scrolling through the top comments on, and again, this is his War Room page. And his actual individual page, it's still about the same, but the views are not there. He's getting 200,000, 300,000 views. A couple of these break 400,000 on his individual Twitter page. I mean, he's not breaking the millions yet. So I think he's obviously kind of stuck in this current situation, trying to hammer everything out, make sure everyone is safe and well. But I think in terms of his campaign, he definitely needs to ramp it up. And as cliche as it sounds, it's got to go viral. I don't know if he needs to pick another political issue he needs to harp on or something he needs to emphasize more. But, I mean, right now, I would say it was a good speech. But overall, let me know in the comments if you think differently. In regards to his campaign, I would say the outlook is not so good. Thank you again for taking the time to tune in. Try and get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September. I know it's a tall order, but if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you take the time to like and comment, the feedback is also appreciated. Try to make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.